Good morning, class. My name is Mr. TJ Musebo from Mamkwe campus. I'm here to offer or to teach English First Additional Language. That is, my topic is language in practice. We are going to do parts of speech. According to our previous lesson in level 2, we did concord, understand, and I believe that everyone understand what is concord. Concord is the construction of a simple sentence, which also must consist of parts of speech. Parts of speech is a very, big exercise. We've got different parts of speech. So today we are going to focus only on nouns and pronouns. There are numbers of parts of speech that we have in our syllabus. That is, starting from nouns, we have pronouns, we've got conjunctions, we've got verbs, we've got adjectives, we've got adverbs, we've got also degree of comparisons, articles, you name them. So today let's concentrate on different types of noun. Nouns. Noun is referred to as a naming word. Also, a quick revision. Let me just take you through a quick revision of what we did previously on concord. Concord, like I said, it's an agreement of words that make sense. And for an example, we can have a simple sentence. Let me just give you an example of concord. Here, a simple sentence. Concord is an agreement of words. Agreement of words that makes sense. Now, a simple sentence, an example, e.g., let's say Peter goes to the market. Peter goes, this is a simple sentence. Now, speaking of nouns, each and every sentence, ladies and gentlemen, has got its own categories. For instance, Peter in this sentence is a noun, is an example of a noun, but it's also referred in simple sentence, we are going to split them into three. Peter is the subject of the sentence. Subject of the sentence. Goes is our verb. And now we are saying we are talking about parts of speech. Now, to is a preposition. Preposition. We also have there as an article. Now, market. Market is also a noun. I'm going to explain this further later. Market is a noun. A noun. Therefore, if we break this further, subject being a noun here, this is a verb, this to verb and an object being market as an object of the sentence, that's where the action is taking place, is called a predicate. Predicate. Now let's go back to our main topic being a noun. Now under nouns, we've got different types of nouns. E.g., let me just say different types of nouns. One, we've got a common noun. Common nouns. Common nouns. There are examples of common nouns, ladies and gentlemen. Common is everything that you are always familiar with. For an example, examples of common nouns could be something that is common, e.g., a desk, a pen. What else? We can also say a chair. Chairs. These are common nouns. They are naming words. Particularly when we speak about simple sentences, these types of nouns forms the subject of the sentence in most cases. Now, from common nouns, we also have another type of nouns, which is collective nouns. Collective nouns. Collective nouns, they name a collection of something, a grouping of things or people together. For an example, if you are saying a collection or a collective, we can say we have a pile of books. Collectively, books, many books together are called a pile. That is a collective. That is a collection of books together. Now, for an example of collective, you can say, e.g., A pile of books. That's an example of collection. Another example that we can use, we can say a class of people. A group of people clustered together is a class. A class of people. Classroom of people. We also have examples of collective. Understand this is a new thing too, but we will further look into your textbook after the end of the lesson to read further. Now we also have what is called a shop of malls. A mall of shops. A mall of shops. Shops, group of shops together is called a mall. We also have a group of animals. We can say a pride of lions. Pride of lions. More than one lions can be referred to as this as called collective nouns. Now we also have another examples of parts of speech nouns that will be abstract nouns. Abstract nouns. Abstract nouns. Under abstract nouns, the opposite or the antonym of the word abstract is concrete. Abstract only simply refers to something that you can not touch or something that you cannot see. That is abstract. Something that you cannot touch or see. That is abstract, it's not concrete. Now, under abstract nouns, we've got examples. Remember I said abstract nouns are things that you cannot see or you cannot touch. An example of abstract nouns it can be love, hatred, pain, etc. These are examples of abstract nouns. Like I've already said, that abstract nouns are something that is abstract is something that you cannot touch or see. Then we also have example of nouns being proper nouns. Proper nouns under parts of speech. Proper nouns, ladies and gentlemen, can refer to names of places. Okay, let's start with names of places, e.g. refers to names of places, names of people. It can also refer to names of the month, the month. And lastly, it can also refer to days of the week. Those are proper nouns. They cannot be changed. Days of the month and names of days of the week. Days of the week. For an example, we've got under example of names of places, we've got places such as Rustenburg. That is the name of the particular town. That is Rustenburg. That is a proper noun for that. An example of the under people, we've got names of people such as Peter, James, John, and the likes. Those are proper nouns. And under the names of the month, we've got January, February, March, April, and so forth. Those are proper nouns. And lastly, we have days of the week like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are examples of proper nouns. So up to so far, under nouns, we've got common nouns, we've got collective nouns, we've got abstract nouns, and proper nouns. We've got another examples of parts of speech that will be pronouns. Pronouns. Now, pronouns simply refers to the names that stand for the noun. They stand for the places of the nouns. The nouns being common nouns, especially common nouns, that refers to names of objects or things that we see and that we can touch. Pronouns stand for the noun. The noun, e.g. Peter. Peter is the noun in every sentence. Now, for the pronoun, the feminine gender, and then we got the masculine gender and the feminine gender. That is male and female. The female pronoun is referred to as, let's say, female is referred to as she in a sentence, and males refers to as he. A male is he, and a female is referred to as she. Female, yeah. Let me just erase this. That is pronouns. We also have personal pronouns, that is he or she. For she, we've got, under possessive pronouns, we have her or hers. Here we've got his or, yeah, that is his. Now, those are examples of pronouns. Now, further, after these two types of pronouns that we have learned today, we also have to do other exercise on verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, conjunctions, articles, and all those degree of comparisons. Then we can proceed to the next example of parts of speech. That will be C. C, we are talking about verbs. A verb is a doing word in a sentence. Like I've indicated earlier, in a simple sentence, you have the subject of the sentence, the verb, and the object. The subject of the sentence is the doer of the action. Now, the verb is the action taking place, where at the object. Like I was saying, Peter goes to the market. Peter is the subject, the verb is a doing word. Now, we've got different verbs in a sentence. Hence, I was talking about concord. We are saying a verb must work hand in hand with the subject, what the subject of the sentence is doing. Now, a verb is the doing word, where the action, the doing word. Or for an example, you can say it's an action in the whole business, that is in the sentence. Now, examples of verbs. Verbs. Remember, this is all about concord, agreements of word. Verbs are very problematic when coming to the plural form of the subject of the sentence. Now, let's look, for instance, verb, you can say, for an example, write, like I'm writing, e.g., kick, that is action taking place. Kick, eat, all verbs are in the present tense. Remember, we're under the very same exercise of simple sentence or sentence construction. We've got tenses of each and every sentence. The present tense, the past tense, the future tense, the past participle, the present continuous. There are many lots of tenses in a sentence. So we must be careful. When constructing a sentence, you must first look at the tense of that particular sentence so that you can have a clear idea of what is happening about this. Now, verbs is not a very long thing. Verbs are always there in each every sentence. Now, we are moving to D. Remember, all these are types of parts of speech in a sentence. Each and every sentence has parts of speech. Now, D, we are going to continue to adverbs. Adverbs. Verbs and adverbs. In a sentence, there are adverbs. Adverbs are simply refers to words that describes a verb. A verb being the doing word. Adverbs describes a verb. Tell us more about the action that is taking place. Let me just write down. Adverbs tell us more about the verb. Tell us more about the verb. Or describes a verb. How action is taking place. E.g., how somebody does a work. He does it quickly. Quickly describes how the action is taking place. Quickly, faster, slowly, etc. This is how action is taking place, being a verb. Now, from adverbs, we are going to look into the next part of speech. Remember, all these parts of speech should appear in a full sentence. How action is taking place. How is the object doing his own work. Now, from adverbs, we are going to talk about adjectives. 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 This is another part of speech. Adjectives refers to, they describe the noun. The noun being Peter. Peter being a common noun. Which man? The big one. Adjectives describes describes a noun. That is the work that adjectives do. Describes a noun. describes a noun. For an example, we are talking about the classroom. Which classroom? The big one. For an example, we are talking about the car, the blue one, the tall tree. These are examples of adjectives. They describe the noun being the doer of the action. Now, e.g., adjectives, we have tall, big, beautiful, etc. They tell us more about the noun. They identify the noun. Now, we proceed from this. Remember, at the end of the lesson, you will be given a sentence whereby you are going to identify all these parts of speech. So, now let's proceed to the next one. After adjectives, you've got conjunctions. Conjunctions. In a sentence, we've got three types of sentences. A simple sentence, a compound sentence, and a complex sentence. A simple sentence consists of just one verb. Peter kicks the ball. That's a simple sentence. We've got a compound sentence. Compound simply meaning two sentences joined together. By what? By a conjunction. A conjunction is a joining word. Joining word. We'll give examples. Now, that is a compound sentence, two sentences joined together. We also have a complex sentence. Complex sentence simply refers to more than two sentences joined together by two conjunctions. For an example, if you talk about a compound, that is two sentences joined together, it can be sentences or words. Words that are joined together by a conjunction. Now, conjunctions, we've got different types of conjunctions, such as because, two sentences. Peter arrived late at work because of transport. Because we've got a conjunction such as and, simple one. Fish and chips. We are joining fish and chips. This is a simple word that is joined by a conjunction. And we also have if. Those are examples of conjunctions that we normally use. We also have conjunctions such as although. Although. These are examples of conjunctions that we have. It's also under parts of speech. Now from conjunctions, remember we will explain this further and give examples of sentences at the later stage. Now we go to the next part of speech. Under parts of speech, we've got articles. Article. An article. Two examples of article is a, an, and the. Let's start with the is an article. They normally start the sentence together with the noun. There, we also have an apple. You cannot just say an apple or the apple. We use these articles. That will be also explained further in the next lesson. We also have a. Now, from this other conjunctions, parts of speech, remember we've got the nouns, proper nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, conjunctions, articles. Then you also have the degree of comparisons. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, it is very important to know this thing so that each and everyone could be able to express himself effectively and clearly, so that you can be able to maintain good public relations. Hence, we are doing NCV, we are only preparing you for workplace. So it is very, very much essential to have, to know all this and be able to execute duties that will be required of you. Now we move to the next example of part of speech, that will be degree of comparison. That I believe will be the last one. Degree of comparison. Degree of comparison. Now, here on degree of comparisons, we are going to compare objects together. The first part of comparison is called the positive. That is the positive. Then followed by the comparative. Comparative. And the last one, these are only 3 degrees of comparison. The positive one, comparative, and the superlative. Superlative. Now, here, we are going to compare. Mostly we use, under the positive one, we use adjectives. Adjectives. Adjectives, remember we said they describe the noun. Which girl? Beautiful. Let's say this is the first girl. You are comparing the first girl with the second one and the third one. Therefore, the first girl is beautiful. Let's say beautiful. Now, if you compare the first girl with the second one, the second one will be more beautiful. More beautiful. Then the last one will be the most beautiful girl. The most beautiful. That is how degree of comparisons works. That is also part of concord, parts of speech as well. That is the common language that we use in our regular daily lives. Now let's give other examples of degree of comparison. You can compare. You can just take a word. Remember I said we use mostly adjectives. Fast. The first car is fast. The other one is faster. Fast. Faster. Then we have the fastest. Fastest car. These are also called degree of comparisons. Now, briefly, that is how parts of speech works. Because now the exercise is not on your textbooks. We will try by all means to make notes, and we are going to give you a sentence that you will be expected to identify all these parts of speech in a simple sentence. So when we meet again, this whole exercise will be done in full and completely so. So what I can tell you for now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very big challenge for us as educators. Please stay with us, stay tuned, and stay at home. Thank you very much.